Y'all, Jeezy needs to be ashamed of himself. Y'all, but you know that's how he got his millions. That man has no shame. What is he up to? There are all these rumors that Jeezy wants to reconcile with Jenny. He wants his marriage back. Y'all, we got some inside tea. We're going to get into that. But also, can we stop? This man is using his marriage and Jenny's heartbreak to push his book, get groupies, and make himself look like the second coming of Gandhi. Y'all, let's get into this because honestly, he has really gone too far. And is it just me or is it giving narc vibes? I feel like it's giving narc vibes. Y'all, let's get into this, all right? First of all, okay, let's go with the obvious stuff, shall we? First of all, let's talk about, because I don't think a lot of people clearly understand what type of game this man is playing. First of all, he was just caught honoring T.I. at his 42nd birthday, which there were lots of groupies around. That man is single and he's ready to mingle. He ain't thinking about Jenny, but what he is doing is wearing his wedding ring every which way he can just to get more publicity. If I was Jenny, I would be so mad that he's using my pain to promote books. And this is honestly, before this divorce happened, did y'all know he had a book out? I know some of y'all did, but honestly, was anybody paying attention to his book tour? Was anybody paying attention to his promo? As a matter of fact, half of the reasons we actually know how he feels about the situation from interviews a month, 2 months ago. Again, yes, he has his core fan base, but nobody even knew he had a book out. But let's get into this, right? Because this is what the streets are actually saying. This is from Surfing Beach and Fun. Yo, thank you for the inside tea, okay? And I actually think that this theory actually might hold, okay? They said, okay, first of all, he doesn't think that Yeezy, well, they don't think that Yeezy is interested in the custody of the child, because he's not interested in the custody of the other kids. And the last baby moms, that's his ex-fiance, recently was in court pleading, saying she has to drive the child 80 miles to see him and back. This is the same man that didn't want to get her an actual car, even though the judge said, you got to buy this woman a car if you're having her drive 160 miles round trip just so the baby can see you and have a relationship with the family. Okay? He tried to get out of that until the judge literally hit him with contempt. Or I think she went to file for a motion for contempt. Let's also not forget that Jeezy said during that thing that, oh no, she's crazy. She's cuckoo for Cocoa Pop. She's like obsessed with me. And I think she's jealous of my new girlfriend, Jenny. This is before him and Jenny got married. And the girl was like, boy, show some proof. Jeezy couldn't do anything. Again, it was all talk, right? Now, they're saying the visits aren't regular at all, at least what they think, right? But he always has a very boastful posture, right? They said that they think the issue with Jenny was that she keeps convincing herself in many interviews that her submissive ideas correlated to her past as a child. She's trying to convince herself, or was trying to convince herself, with this brainwashing, the reason why she is doing this. It's nonsense. She needs to unravel this way of thinking so she can analyze her presence. They're saying that it's also super, super messed up. They said, imagine that vacay in Vietnam. She's showing, like, think about it, right? Because there are clips. Go watch that blog again. It's YouTube. I don't want to infringe on her copyright because she's going to need the money. Anyway, they said she's showing her combinations in one clip and he's looking at the ocean and she walks by and he barely says anything. And I bet he thought, I'm leaving your A, right? That was a work trip with her constantly, right? Having him pose on scooters, etc. I bet he was mad. Now, I do disagree with that. Yeezy actually liked that. He thought Jenny was opening him up to like new people, new things, new reasons, new acquaintances. I actually do think now, hold on, y'all. Now that I know where his mind's at and the way he was trying to branch, I literally honestly thought Jeannie would open him up to a bigger audience. That wasn't work trip. And the way Jeannie was so submissive, I'm 100% sure two things. This is just my opinion, right? But if I had to bet, this is what I would bet on. Okay. One, Jenny only showed what he let him. He liked Jenny to brag. again, especially when you plan on leaving people, that's advertisement. Ooh, look what he doing to her. Let me see if I can get in there. Baby, there's a lot of Portia Williams in Atlanta, and Portia ain't the only one. I'm saying there's a lot of Courtneys too, permanent side chicks that trying to get upgraded to wife, right? But also think about this, okay? I think that in the beginning, Jeannie was trying to be more submissive because she's so submissive. Ain't no way he would be doing anything that her king wouldn't do, okay? Second of all, I think that Jeezy was telling Jeannie, yo, like, why can't you just work from home? Why can't you start a YouTube channel? You don't got to be out in the streets working, because he wanted her to follow him around like a dog, okay? What better than work from home? Have a YouTube channel, baby. You can be your own boss. You don't need this. It's only the fact that she was just like, no, like, in order for my YouTube to grow, and that might be something I can retire with, you know, in a little bit, I actually need national exposure to bring people to my YouTube channel. I'm sure she saw how much her YouTube channel went down since The Real got canceled. Jeannie ain't like that. So that's the only thing I kind of disagree on this. But listen to this, right? They said, and so his book, listen, they said, okay. They said, so his book, right? It had to wait until August 8th. So he had to wait until after the New York Times bestseller list, if he was even going to make it. And you know that there's lots of ways publishers can actually buy your way onto the New York selling list. Or if you have enough money, Jeezy does. I'm not saying he did, but you can buy your way onto the New York sellers list. If you guys don't believe me, go to TikTok, go to Google and say, how can you game the system to be on the bestsellers list? Because it's a whole debate between authors about people that basically game the system when they don't really deserve it. Just go watch. It's a real phenomena, okay? The authors are dragged for this, but Jeezy ain't writing another book anyway, right? They said he waited for that and after the mandatory press tour to file for divorce. This guy signed his papers on June 15th. It takes weeks to see an attorney, right? They're busy people, but especially with a high profile divorce and things have to be in place to protect assets. The attorneys just didn't do it in 24 hours. They literally looked at the prenup, got all his finances in order, looked at whatever was earned. They got all their ducks in a row. So we're looking at least a couple of weeks to actually even the lawyer to draw up the divorce documents, right? So they said, and this took, therefore legally speaking, he wanted that date secured for a legal sense. Why? That's what we're going to discuss. They said maybe profits from the book. Maybe he commingled money and he had to straighten it out, which I actually think is the big thing. And to sell a property or even a contract. But he wanted that June 15th date for sure. Again, now they're saying that this is evidence that Jeezy can't stand Jeannie, like a switch. He did something and he was like, get out. And he was disgusted by her. I want to just say this from people I have talked to that claim to have information. Jeannie ain't do nothing. She, to me, is the victim of somebody that was love bombed. He wanted it. He saw it. He got bored with it. I do agree that June 15th, the only reason he held off on it is because while he was doing his book promotion, he had to make himself look like he had matured. He had developed. Part of that, especially if somebody has narcissistic tendencies, I'm not saying he does, but is, oh, I also want to look like I'm like a big family man. Don't you see what a family man I am? On top of that, when he divorced her is when the promotion is over. And now he is having fun while she is crying, celebrating his birthday, where before he was giving her speeches. And honestly, word on the street is Jeannie's actually the one that even planned the birthday gathering. The invites had already been sent out because Jeezy was paying for it. And he already had the party ready to go. But you guys, anyway, the point of the matter is, what do you believe? I do believe that he does not plan on getting back with her. I believe he is using this so he can sell books, so he can do whatever. And honestly, I believe there's going to be another victim after Jeannie, because Jeannie saw the other three and jumped on board. And I'm sure there'll be a fourth and a fifth and a sixth. However, my sources are saying Jeezy going to be out with somebody in under 3 months. let's see. Also, this divorce, she can't stand in the, well, you know what? Go watch my other videos about the alimony and stuff. But you know what? I got some other tea. I know this video is getting low. I'll throw it in the other video. Okay, bye.